Some Bolsheviks. Am I live? Am I live? I'm live. I'm live, but I can't do shit. I can't show shit on here. It's BBS, not BBL. Layout. What's the layout? That's the layout. That's cool. What does that do? That doesn't do anything. Okay, so I guess. All right. Welcome back to Norby's Worldwide Activities, where we bring you a lot of smack talking and a lot of things that are going on. Mostly either political, science, or community. And you can see by the title of the live, Trump and a big old check. Yeah. So today, the estate released the birthday card that Trump wrote to Epstein, wishing him a happy birthday and how happy he is to share um, the same, what do you call them? The same, freaky deaky shit that they like. And also, not to mention a picture of Epstein and Trump with a big old check that says Trump on it. Now, according to some news outlets, that check was to purchase a 14-year-old something, if you know what I mean. Now, the White House was confronted with these allegations here where the White House press secretary is adamant to say that it's a hoax. That is a hoax. That is the narrative that the Democrats are trying to push to make President Trump look bad. Now, I don't believe at all that's a hoax. I'm 100% sure it's real. And I say this because the way they're pushing it. Well, let's start out with when they asked them about the birthday card. Now, the press secretary said that it's a hoax, and the reporter that asked that question said, "Well, what's the hoax? Is all of it a hoax, or is the president's signature on the on the card a hoax?" Well, can you clarify? Now, she said the documents in questions are not a hoax. The narrative is the hoax. That's the hoax. It's the narrative, not the actual card. And then when they asked her about the picture with Trump and Epstein, both smiling with a big check to purchase a 14-year-old, the press secretary said, "Well, that's not his signature on the check." And I think that's pretty funny that that she would say that might be him in the picture, but that isn't his signature on the check, which it was a big giant check for I think in the amount of $22,000. So I thought that was pretty interesting that's how much apparently 14-year-old cost to them. Now I don't know how he's gonna get out of this. I don't know what he'll do to save himself from this, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty screwed. Apparently he had an appearance to make today, and he canceled it, from what I hear. So that I mean, it could go. It could be a lot of things why he would cancel it. There's a lot of things that are happening out there. Let's see. Does this go through? All right. Nope. Nope. Aside from that, right now you have the Republicans going hard as far as saying that the signature isn't his, when we could all clearly see that is his signature. I don't see anybody that would have Epstein's personal address, mailing address, let alone writing a birthday card on behalf of Trump. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty funny for them to say that that's not a possibility. Ghetto Vallejo SGB, Norris, what are you doing, homie? I'm heading to. Oh, how are you doing? Wait, who are you doing? Wait, okay. Oh, I am currently headed to Marvelous so we can do the show tonight. We're doing Marvelous Minds tonight. Not the music shows, but we're gonna do Marvelous Minds. It's been a while since we did Marvelous Minds. I think it's almost been 3 weeks since we've done it. So I'm pretty happy that we're gonna do that, and we're gonna take some of the community posts and maybe take some calls. I think Marvelous has some topics he wants to bring up. For the most part, it should be a good one. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, this whole thing with Epstein and Trump, I mean, I don't know how much more they're gonna pretend that that's definitely Trump and that's his signature and he's definitely part of all that. I think it's ridiculous that a lot of the right wingers, a lot of the MAGA supporters, they're not speaking up about it. They're saying very quiet to the point where they're focusing mainly on immigration, which is also one thing I wanted to talk about. Says the Supreme Court decided to cancel the what do you call it, the what do you call it? Sheesh, I'm already out of words. The the restraining order. Sorry about that. So the Supreme Court decided to stop the restraining order from ICE conducting raids based on the color of people's skin. So apparently now it is legal for them to conduct raids based on skin color. So I would definitely say that this weekend is going to be a very busy weekend for ICE. I'm pretty sure they're going to go hard with the raids. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out here because they made sure to specifically get rid of the restraining order the weekend before Mexican Independence Day, which is coming up. That being said, it's all. It seems like it's all scheduled. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow or the day after we start hearing about ice raids and them just grabbing people off the streets. Remember, like I said, they're using that one program, that super fast program to detect, to look at people's faces with cameras or phones and quickly check if they are legal or illegal, if they're registered or not registered. And like I said, they use facial recognition to use that program. So as long as they can see your face, they'll be able to tell if you're from here and not from here. For the most part, I think it's messed up that the Supreme Court decided that that restraining order was not not good, considering that they had very good a very good amount of evidence to prove that they were racially profiling brown people, that they were purposely going to brown neighborhoods to grab brown people. But apparently, to the white supreme judges, that they didn't see that that was the case. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too surprised. Although there was that one, the black Supreme Court judge that did vote to take it off, which that one surprised me that him knowing that that was a racial thing, he still said that it wasn't a racial thing. So that was a little disappointing that he did that, considering that there was enough evidence to prove that they were racially profiling brown people. So for the most part, I think it's very disappointing, and I think we're gonna see raids come this weekend for Mexican Independence Day. It's gonna be bad, and it sucks because they've been given the right to legally be racist. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy that we're at that point where, you know what, legally it's okay to be a racist. I think that's wild, but you know, the people that voted for Trump, they're gonna be like, well, I didn't vote for that. Well, you still voted for that. Either way, whether you like it or not, you did vote for that. I mean, that's why I always say, that's why I always give respects to Nino America, because as horrible as he sounds, saying that he wants everyone deported. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's including himself in that. But all these other guys, they were pushing for all this to happen. And now that it's happening, and now that they're seeing the backlash, they're backpedaling, saying that, oh, they didn't mean it. Well, what was the point of saying that? It already happened. Lives have been destroyed, families torn apart. You know, how is it you saying, well, I didn't want that, going to help those families? It's not. And then what I dislike is that these people still want to say, "Oh, I'm with the people. This is where we're Chicanos. Where this is what we do." No, motherfucker, that's not what you do. You're doing the opposite of what a Chicano would do. A Chicano helps their people, not vote to get them deported. And that's unfortunate. That you have these people out there like that. They wanna push the culture, but at the same time, they want to deport the culture. Make it make sense. That's why I hate that. If you knew this was gonna happen, and you voted for that, then stick to it, because you knew there was gonna be that backlash. So why are you going to back off now? Because now, oh wow, now you're scared. Now you're concerned of what the community, the public, will think of you. I try to tell several people, like, well, this is gonna happen, and people will get mad, but they seem like they cared enough. Why? Because they were thinking with their wallets, and while they were thinking with their wallets, I'm sure they're wondering right now. Well, my wallet hasn't got any bigger. Yeah, it's only been 6 months, but how big has your wallet gotten? What signs are you seeing that says that your wallet is gonna get bigger? I have not seen any signs that anyone's getting money. Although from last I heard, the Supreme Court did say, or not the Supreme Court, but the federal court. I think it was something circuit, but they agree. Another one agreed that the tariffs that Trump did are illegal. They are illegal, and because they are illegal, he has no right to keep any of that money for the government. So apparently, then this is what I hear, that Trump will have to give that money back to the people. So if that is true, then look out for a check coming near you, coming to a home near you. You know, because he made like billions of dollars off those tariffs. Tariffs, which is really just another tax to a tax that only benefits corporations. Because let's face it, they're the ones that raise the money. They're the ones that got the most money out of this. The tariffs, was just another tax for the people because the only ones that suffered were there he is. When he gives out those checks, don't take it. Well, you know what? Of course we're gonna take it. Why are we gonna take it? Because he illegally took that money. He illegally raised that money. Why? Because the only ones that got hurt by those terrorists are the American people. Soon, soon. But everybody should take that check and then demand for more money because the American people are suffering for his uh his mistakes with the law, with the economy. He never should have charged those tariffs. I mean, let's face it, they're really taxes on the people. That's what they are. It's a tax on the people. It's a tax on the businessman, the entrepreneur, the small business, because they ended up having to pay for those tariffs. Which is saying, you were so much good before TDS controlled your whole brain. Wait, for the people, Nino, can you put what TDS is? I think it is Trump diluted syndrome. I don't know what that means. But look, Nino, since Trump derangement syndrome, there we go. I thought it was Trump delusional syndrome. All I would say is that there's not looking up no president or no former president anytime soon, etc. There is high roller homie. Well, as far as I know, presidents are immune to being arrested and going to jail because they are the president. And so Trump already has an automatic immunity to him just for being the president. Now, he did say that he could take that away when it came to Biden. So if he could take away the immunity from Biden, then that means somebody could take the immunity from him, which is probably going to be the case. Whoever is the president next up, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a Republican. There is no Republican that can do what Trump did. I mean, you would have to get the sleaziest guy, like on a corporate business guy, to take over Trump. I can't. You would need like a Bill Gates, but he doesn't have the charisma that Trump has. I mean, I couldn't think of what personality can do what Trump did. Because I would definitely say that Trump did what no Republican could ever do, and that's completely demolish the Democrats. That being said, there is no Democrat that can go up against somebody like Trump. Because if it was Vance has no chance against any Democrats. They would tear him apart. He would not know what to do against Democrats. And all the other Republicans, they're at this point, they're just bots. Everybody, every single type of lobbyist owns them, just like they own the Democrats. Trump only got away because he just has that gift to break somebody down publicly, and he did a very good job at it. I'll give him that. But right now with this whole Epstein thing, he's not looking too good. He canceled his appearance today. The White House press secretary ran away from the journalist today, which also made him look bad because she was supposed to stay there and answer questions. Instead, she chose the quick way out and ran. I mean, America is probably going to be very disappointed pretty soon when all that stuff hits the fan. I mean, I, if all that stuff is true, then Trump has probably, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 months, might not even make it to Christmas before they announce an investigation against his involvement with Epstein. Because now that the Epstein estate decided to put out that information that in the beginning the White House said was fake, that they would take the Wall Street Journal to court and sue them for like $1 billion. That birthday card is now available to see with his signature, with Donald Trump's signature in there. So it's going to be interesting to find out what's going to happen next, because that just came out today. And they came out today. That means everyone's going to start getting ready as far as, you know, putting in the court papers, filing. I mean, by tomorrow, you're going to see a lot more information as far as what they're doing with this. Shout out, Bob. Good to see you, man. Aside from Trump being in trouble with Epstein again, I mean, I don't know how much more information needs to come out before people see that he was definitely in that island. He was definitely involved with the Epstein business. It's not looking too good. And then you have Trump trying to divert us by trying to start a Cold War with Venezuela. I want to say, in the sense, it's a Cold War because he's acting like he's setting us up, and I mean us, the U.S., to make it look like we're strategically putting our boats around Venezuela, almost to say that we're prepping for a possible attack on Venezuela soil, which doesn't make sense. We have no need to attack Venezuela, and Trump seems to just want to start a war with them. Which I gotta say, it was gonna be interesting because we're not living 10 years ago, and we're not living 20 years ago either. Back then the U.S. can do something like that. The U.S. could threaten another country like that, and nobody will care. But in this day and age, where we have the internet, we have social media, you have the president of Venezuela making out a call to the people and informing the people that everything Trump is saying is a lie, and that the U.S. empire is moving to start a war because they only want the oil from there. We got bipolar chipmunk in the house. Says Need America supports PDF Trump. Haha. I mean, and that if that does happen to be true, that he is that. Not only is that, but has repeatedly done it over the years. It's gonna be really bad because a lot of people have faith and trust in them, only for them to find out that he was part of that child trafficking ring of Epstein. And how I mean, they could always say, "Well, I didn't know," but you did know, because before he became president, it was already talked about Trump being part of this. Now, let's not forget when Epstein got arrested. When Epstein got arrested and went to court, That was during Donald Trump's administration, first administration, not Biden's. He conveniently got arrested and taken to court and had the ability to self delete while Trump was president, making sure that it didn't happen while Biden was president. But all of that happened during Trump's administration. How is that? How is it that all went down during Trump's administration? Sorry about that. Am I still live? I think I am. All right. Well, sorry about that. It seems like I'm not having any luck with this live. It might be because of the title I put. They probably didn't like that title, or they assumed. But that being said, well, at least I gave out my 2 cents on what I want to talk about in that part. So that being said, I am almost at Marvelous, so I will see you guys on the next live. My apologies for the bad connection, no audio, and such. So I'll see you tonight. If you're still listening, I'll see you tonight on Marvelous Minds. Thank you again. Bye. All right, Risky. I'll see you on Marvelous Minds if you got time. I'm out.